Dokument, ktorý dokazuje, že Irene Sanders, manželka Francise Sandersa, nechala svého manžela hospitalizovať. Aha. Tam bude Rošošo hneď ako odídem a nechám ich sami. No, je to velice pravdepodobné. Dark Water. Obyvatelia. Ty si kto? Rejdaš. Charles Hawkins, to je on. Podľa naňho aplikovali chobotnicu, polovičku. Lekárška, 32. Na 32 vyzerá celkom fajn. Dobre, toho vieme. Toto je kto? To je Francis Sanders, obchodník s umením. Že zastrojil svého utrpenia. Vydlúbal si oči vlastnými rukama a zdí svet celý počmáral tajemnými symboly. Podľa všeho byl posledný ohýbačem, ktorý by mal súvisieť ze Sarah. Zemřel před mými očami za okolnosti, ktoré nedokážu vysvietliť. OK. Profesor... Prečo on vyzerá skoro ako ja? Akurát má tú hubu takú nejakú úzku. Na svých pacientech provádí nelegální pokusy. Nevím, co mi provedl, ale po mém pádu při zborcení tunelu pod sídlem bych neměl být zpátky na nohou tak rýchle. Tenhle muž je nebezpečný a přísahal bych. Oni mu tam strekli volačo. Čo je toto? Sklepení institutu. Dobre, odtiaľ sme ušli. No, toto. Spíci kultista. Leží tam na zmrznulém kamení. Dalo by sa říct, že sú mŕtvi, ich tela sa však nerozkladají, sú snad v nejakej forme kómatu. Jedna vec je istá, títo lidé byli podrobení nejakému typu léčby, ktorá zmenila ich fyzikálne vlastnosti. Nejsem si istý, zda môžeme nazývať ľuďmi. Výňatek ze zápisníku soukromného detektíva Edwarda Pierce. Dobre. Pierce. Jak to máme s medicínou? Iba 22%. Amatér stále som. Niečo asi nerobím. Alebo robím a ide to tak pomaly. Koľko máme bodov? 5 bodov máme. Čo potrebujeme? Všímavosť. 60%. Výrečnosť 35%. Vyšetrovanie 65%. Psychológie a síla. Takto nejak by som to videl. Čo vy na to? Potvrdiť. Jak som na tom? Otřesen. Utrpení jste prošel, zanechalo své stopy. I tak se však snažíte ze všech sil, stále zaměstnávate svou mysl, abyste zahnali pochybnosti a bolestné vzpomínky. Stále však ještě musíte ujít kus cesty. Kdo ví, kam by vás mysl na ceste šilenství mohla zavést. Fíha, toto je čo? Utrpení jste prošel, zanechalo své stopy. Aha. Smrt je daleko podivnejšie, než cokoliv, co Piersley videl. Telo toho ubohého človeka zviedla nejaká neviditeľná síla, ktorá je vznesla do vzduchu a prudce jej mrštila proti mřížím. Pierce bezmocne sledoval, jak sa lámou končetiny a Sandersovo telo se hroutí k zemi. Během dlouhých okamžiků agónie detektív nevidel nic, bla bla bla. Dobre, čo to ako znamená? Psychické trauma. Aha, to mám trauma. Čiže momentálne som otrasený. Ale nesem debil, dobre? Na to pozor. Dobre, tak, ideme. Poďme.
Let us go now and learn the truth about what's happening on this island.
No ale tak stávaj, však sa dvíhaj. To tam mám ísť ja? Tak dobre, tak poďme. Tade? Tudy? Kapitola 6. SVK, čau. Koľko už máš nahraté? Asi v polovičke som, podľa mňa. Kapitola 6. Neviem.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to
Pustite mne
Sarah.
dále.
Can I come in?
You may.
Jaká pehatá.
However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
Aha,
That is
ona to už
precisely
vie,
what brings me here.
že umrel jej
Well,
muž.
look who's here.
Aj. Ona je zapletená do pašeráctva.
You know each other.
We met briefly. Time enough to iron out a few matters. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death.
Kto
Why?
vás najal?
Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before
Má
he
to
died.
14 chapterov?
His story suggests a link to a case
Relatívne
I'm
skoro v
working on.
polke.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable.
Hodně co říci,
It would
no?
seem that you have much to tell me.
Bobs or us. A čo takto komplet? Full body.
May I inquire as to when
And
you
spirit.
had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins.
Aha,
and
ona žiarlila,
paintings.
no? No, možno keby
Please
si
forgive
trošku
my tone.
cvičila.
The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was
Neprejedala
interned.
si sa
You,
a
on the other hand,
nechlastala
a
toľko
perfect
džinu.
stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died.
No neviem, či ty
How
by
was
si
he?
zvládla, keby ho
Were you
tak
present
oné
when he had this attack?
mu vytlačili oči z hlavy a
What
dolámali
happened?
kostci.
What happened to your husband is terrible, Mrs. Sanders. But from what I saw, it was inevitable. The man I met yesterday had lost his reason. He suffers no longer, if you would allow me such a platitude.
Som
Of
gentleman.
course.
A?
Thank you for your kind words. Nobody in that hospital would have deigned to speak
Teraz
to
neviem,
me.
či sa pod
However,
sukňou má
it will
vibrátor, že
require
sa jej tam
more
tak,
than
tak
that
chveje,
to
alebo
soothe
že či
my
sa len trasú
mind.
nohy.
I need to
Ze
understand.
mňa.
How could this happen in a reputed institute? And right before your eyes. Did you not do anything to help him?
So ask Fuller, he's the eminent doctor. But I would caution you, you'll find his treatments more terrifying than the illnesses he sets out to cure.
That churl no longer takes the trouble to receive me. He sends his secretary to tell me that I cannot see Francis. Me, his own widow. He must think that I am a terrible wife for having abandoned him in such a way. But I only wanted what was best for him.
I'm not here to condemn you, Mrs. Sanders.
V renovovanom ústavu.
Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce.
Hej, hlavne to podzemie
I would
dole.
be grateful if you could tell me what you expect
To
of me,
bolo peklo
and
tam,
then
no.
leave.
How did you come to meet Sarah Hawkins?
We were the wealthiest and most influential families on Darkwater. Of course we would know each other. And when Charles returned from Europe with his sweet little artist, she and her sinister paintings were destined to catch my husband's eye. He bought many of her works over the last 5 years. They adorn his macabre gallery.
May I ask you what Miss Baker is doing here? How do you know
Páči
her?
sa mi, že niektoré tie
business with
otázky
Miss
môžete
Baker is
dať iba
private.
vtedy, keď
Mr.
máte nejakú
Pierce.
úroveň
But you do know what
tých
kind
všetkých
of business Miss
vašich
Baker is in,
schopností.
don't you?
I am no fool. Please believe that much at least.
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can't imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The shambler is a